Have you ever caught your car on a Saturday night? On a date, don't be late. You're taken by surprise. You realize you're sitting there on a date this night. It's nearly 12 o'clock. Your mind's another door. You're thinking about a way to settle the score. I'm missing him, hey, missing me, and I'm stranded on a date this night. Oh yeah, coulda had another date and kept my leg to bed, even with the one I love. Rather be out all alone than not be with the one I love. On a date this night. Oh yeah, coulda had another date and kept my leg to bed, even with the one I love. Rather be out all alone than not be with the one I love. Every night, my mind's another floor. I'm thinking about a way to settle the score. I'm missing him, honey, I ain't missing me, and I'm stranded on a date this night. On a date this night. Oh yeah, coulda had another date and kept my leg to bed, even with the one I love. Rather be out all alone and not be with the one I love. Every night, my mind's another floor. I'm thinking about a way to settle the score. I'm missing him, honey, I ain't missing me, and I'm stranded on a date this night.
In 1978, if you got the plug pulled, I mean, that was a stamp of approval, you know.
Unless you're in the
or,
hospital.
or a stamp of disapproval, you know. So, and that's what we were looking
That's
for.
your next record title.
So we asked Keith Sykes if we could play, if we could come on the Klitz. Alex said, "Come on the Klitz, let them play like 3 or 4 songs for y'all." So we did, and you can hear Jareen, who now I know her and she's pretty nice, but
Hear
at the
who?
time, Jareen Sykes.
Oh, his wife?
His wife, you can hear her on the tape going, "Get them off of here, pull that plug, they don't need to be playing this party." And Alex, you could just picture him grinning and
Yeah, he was directing
really
it, I'm sure.
enjoyed it in the background.
Hey everybody, this is Dennis Black and welcome to the Black and Wyatt Records podcast. This week host Mike McCarthy talks with guest Marilyn Albert of the Marilyns and Marcia Clifton Faulhaber of the Klitz about their new band, the Marcialyns. Marilyn talks about her first gigs at Mongo's Pizza, her friendship with Paul Burlison, and growing up in Whitehaven. Marcia discusses the origins of the Klitz, the first all-girl punk band, growing up on Hawthorne Street with her sister Gail and performing at the legendary Antenna Club. Marcia also talks about a new Klitz documentary in the making called Say the Name. Now, here's Marcia and Marilyn.
You
almost bought that beer, but I don't trust pumpkin-y things.
That's good.
It's too soon.
Hello?
Why isn't there a cantaloupe beer?
See, I would love that much more.
I like cantaloupe better than watermelon.
I made cantaloupe martinis the other night. They were delicious.
Why didn't you call me?
I know. Next time I will.
Marilyn tends to like slam her glass down a lot. Is she angry? Is that why she was in a punk band? Because when you make a point and you slam your glass down, you there you go. Well, look at the head on that. We're painting a picture of Marilyn here being like a kind of a rebel rouser, and you're really not.
I'm not. I'm straight as an arrow.
Okay. Well, figure out how you're going to speak into the microphone, because I can't tell you how many editing nightmares I've had. With
Do you need to get right on it?
Whatever feels good inside your head.
Is this good? I feel like I can hear myself pretty well.
I turned my volume down a little bit. How's it going, Dennis?
I'm good. I'm doing great.
Did you know these women?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I know I've met you somewhere along the way. And I've met you more than once.
Right, and I think I think you came to my
I came to
house.
your house.
We had a house party when we had Superlow.
Yeah, and I remember Ross was playing the drum.
Yep.
We had Ross for a podcast.
I bet. He's great.
That went on for a while.
Great soundbite.
He even bought Ross's book, which I was told was out of print.
Autograph.
Or the different book. Goner re-released it.
Right, they re-released it.
I'm not quite sure what happened. Maybe we'll get Ross to do a reading.
Moral Giant. That's the name of it.
Okay. Oh, I thought you were making a funny joke. So we just came out of listening to a Porch Fest recording of you guys, because you're Marcia, you're Marilyn, you have the Marcialyns.
Correct.
Correct.
And did I get that right?
You did, Marcialyns.
Okay. I always get nervous when I have to pronounce puns, or, you never know what the band name is. I wanted to start out with that song, which is the Runaway by Del Shannon is your cover.
Classic rock and roll. I pointed him to I put my Instagram back up online so he could play it.
I know.
I'm such a bum. Anyway, go ahead.
That was a good thing you did that. I never understood.
You went from rebel rouser to bum. Slam the glass down.
This was a good reason to have it on. This was a good thing.
Yeah, we want some excitement on the podcast. Yeah. No, I wanted to play a Marcialyns song because there aren't that many.
Correct.
And it kind of surprised me a little bit, because I thought we would have a lot of Marcialyns three songs to play. And then you've allowed us to play that one, which I'm grateful, because you guys have been around for a while. So why don't you have more recordings?
We just don't. I mean, when we started playing together, it was a big deal just to sort of dig up some of the old Marilyns songs and some old rockabilly stuff. So, but we've talked about wanting to do a recording. We don't have thousands of dollars to spend on it, but I've dreamt of the Marcialyns recording at some point in time somewhere. With somebody.
Right.
So, we want to get there.
But do you want to have original songs?
A couple, yeah.
We have a couple of new songs.
We do.
That one, Social Media, is really... Social Tonic is a good new one.
Yeah, we do
that.
have some original songs, but it's a mixture. It's a mixture, so...
Of older material from your other bands, or covers?
We do kind of all of that.
Yeah.
There's some rockabilly tunes. Then Marilyn does some Marilyn tunes. There are no Klitz tunes offered in the Marcialyns, but Marilyn has written 2 new songs recently since we got together that I'm the lead vocalist on.
Okay,
and so
now,
those would be some that would be good to record.
Okay, yeah.
And we've sort of reinvented some of the original Marilyn songs, because there's no way that we can play, that I can play it, or we can play it the same way we did with the original Marilyns. The instruments are not the same. The number of people in the band are not the same.
The pacing is different.
Yeah. So,
right. The pacing. I don't even know what that means.
40 years of life.
Oh.
So it's like maybe some of them, it's got a different feel to it than
just don't get Ross to play with you, and you should be fine.
He'll fall asleep.
Oh, you said it. I didn't.
I'm the drummer, so no, we don't need him.
Right. Well, pacing. When you said pacing, I thought about Ross.
Right.
Right.
We are, because we're not so fast out of the gate.
Right.
We have a little bit more nuance, and I
Yeah.
think part of that is just being a little bit older, and I feel like we still have kind of the punk attitude on a lot of things, but,
Right.
but we just may not have that hard kicking drive.
But you're still angry.
About a lot of things.
Plenty angry, plenty.
I can tell.
Angry women.
You're not really angry.
We really are.
Okay.
Speak
all
for
right.
yourself.
Yeah. It begs the question, how many categories are you angry about?
See, there you go.
Oh.
Without getting political or anything.
That's where the
well, okay, we don't
conversation
want,
would
and
end
that's
for me.
more than enough of Shelby
Right.
County Facebook for me to know where that's going. So
Yeah.
there ought to just be something called Shelby County Facebook. That's,
Well, I mean, if you're in Midtown, if you live
Yeah.
in and around Midtown, you're that vibe never leaves you.
Right.
It may slow down a little bit in our case, but
some people may have left a vibe though.
They left the building.
Yeah, well, they've left
but
the
the
building.
attitude doesn't leave. I don't think.
Right.
I mean, we're still hanging out the lamplighter 40-something years or however many years later, right? So that vibe doesn't leave.
See, I romanticize the past so much just by revisiting current venues. I can't seem to capture it. Therefore, I don't know if it serves me well. Now, in other words, I would rather have you guys play in my living room. That would serve me better because it's.
I agree with that.
I don't understand why, or I haven't.
Cleaner.
I'm angry about the dirt. Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. And the
totally.
potholes and the
Yeah.
general overall aspects of what I thought I remembered and what I don't see in front of me now.
Correct.
Right. But without being too ambiguous, so I'd like to play a Marilyn song,
Okay.
and then we'll go over into your department. We'll go back and forth a little bit because we've done our job. We've played the Marcialyns, and that's all we can do. The Del Shannon Runaways cover, that's all we can do.
Which is classic rock and roll.
Y'all are classic.
And we have to shout out to Ronnie because
Yeah.
his solo on Runaway is just perfect.
I know.
Okay.
When I started, I said, I want to do Runaway. And, he knows all this stuff.
can
He
play
knows
everything.
rockabilly
Sure.
like the back of his hand.
And his name is Ronnie.
Ronnie Vandiver.
Vandiver. But, so I was like, I'm going to learn the solo. I'm going to learn the whole thing. And he's like, well, I used to play that song.
Yeah,
Oh,
and,
God.
he toured with Billy Lee Riley, right?
yeah, and
so
so,
he's
what am I
a
going
real
to do?
deal.
I can't. I'm sorry.
I
His solo is just.
I know what you
great.
could. I know what you
Yes.
could do. Now, is Ronnie your boyfriend?
Yes, he's my partner, boyfriend, whatever you
Partner?
want to call it.
I would say, Ronnie, I know you're my partner, and I know that you're going to cook dinner tonight, and I don't want anything to interrupt that. But it's a girl band, or maybe it
No,
is.
Ronnie is in our band.
Oh, he knows that.
Oh, I know, but I guess, and I'm segueing into my point.
Okay.
Is there ever been a girl band that didn't have a guy in it in Memphis other than the Klitz?
We had Randy Sherto
Oh,
as a
Lord.
stand-in, but now here's
Okay.
what Randy would do. He would kind of hide. He would get a super long cable and hide over off stage left behind the big killer amp, and then you would hear, "Who is that bass player?" And Randy has a distinct style and look, so you didn't see him, but you could hear him.
Right.
So, but he did play on a few shows, and actually he's on our Live at the Well record
Okay.
that is also on Space Case.
But I know, and I kind of knew Randy, but not really all that well. And but Ronnie, I've had the pleasure of being around many times. He saved my butt. I think at Time Warp Drive-In on more than one occasion, probably.
Yeah.
By bringing PA, or maybe that was your PA. I can't remember.
It was his PA.
His PA. Well, if it's his PA, then you've got to say, Ronnie, you're playing the lead on Runaway.
Yeah,
This is-
he's an excellent musician, and so
Yeah.
he just, whatever I need him to do, he'll do.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, we'll leave it at that. Don't get too personal.
You know, Marilyn and I had our first show about 2 years ago, August 2023.
Yeah.
We played with Turnt. At the Lamplighter. They would have like, you know, a featured set by another band. They did that several times, and so Marilyn and I had our first show there.
I need to interview Turnt.
And it was Ronnie had not joined us then, and so those were great experiences. And I think when we had Ronnie join us, we knew kind of the space he needed to fill, and he just really rounded us out and gave us a lot more, you know, nuance, which I've used that word earlier.
He switches from bass to guitar. So
is the whole concept or the whole idea of the Memphis all-girl band, is that a foregone, or is that passé, or?
I think that's a valid question.
You know, is it even necessary to think about the
Holy
Grail
to
kind of
frame
thing?
it in that way?
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's foregone.
Think so?
I mean, even the Marilyns, we had a couple of guys off and on. We had one guy, Thomas Smith. Actually, Harris Scherner was our first drummer, believe it or not. But no,
Okay.
I don't think it's foregone. But people are.
Harris is foregone. Okay, so no band pun name intended here, but I was at Super Low earlier tonight.
Right.
One of your former band names?
Correct. Yep. Because Big Star was already taken, so we.
There you go. Right.
Yeah.
Right. And Piggly Wiggly, no one wants to call
Right,
themselves
and there
that.
was a band Easy Way.
Right. Well, Bomar. Yeah.
So we were like super low.
Well, I'm. You know, they ask you, do you want us to sack that up? And of course you do, because you don't want to tote
super low.
You don't want to tote the beer to Super Low tonight.
Yeah.
And I hear a cackling voice over in the next lane talking about his grocery problems, and it's Harris.
Really? Yeah, I love Harris. He's a good guy.
I like Harris. I don't know if I'd love him.
I love Harris. He's been a special friend to me.
Marilyn, you're a wild card.
He's been a special friend to me for a long, long time.
Right. Well, no, that's great, but I don't know how I got out of the grocery store without him spotting me. So.
Yeah, he will corner you. And
is that spotting you or stalking you?
Well, maybe we should change topics.
There you go.
No, I love Harris. I'll just go ahead and say love instead of like, and he helped out on the Coliseum Coalition stuff, if you recall. So that was all great.
Well, we fired him early on.
You fired him?
He was, okay, so he put together this whole gig out at the Ornamental Metal Museum. That it was a big deal. He brought all the recording equipment. We had Ron Easley out there videotaping it, the whole deal. And then him and Kim, they got into an argument about how loud Kim's guitar amp was.
Wait, Harris got into an argument with somebody? With
Kim, who played guitar in the band at the time. And,
Kim who? Kim who?
Kruger. And they started arguing over how loud her guitar amp was, and he quit. Right. Well, he got fired and quit at the same time. So that was his foray into the Marylyns.
The in and out sort of thing.
So, but that's an example of Harris.
Right. But did you get it recorded?
Oh yeah, I mean, we finished what we were going to do that day. We definitely had a big party and a big recording, and some of that material is available. Ron Easley's video recording of some of that.
Oh, really?
Actually, it's out on YouTube. One of the songs is.
Well, now this is Phase 1 Marilyns.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, could we play something from Phase 1 Marilyns? That's indicative of what you were describing just now?
Well, I mean, yeah, there's this I'm on Acid is from the original. Jeannie Sings It.
Oh, yeah?
I
love that. That's a beautiful record.
Yeah, the I'm on Acid song that Jeannie sings is on the single from Space Case is from 1983, 84. Now, this other, we have another version of it, which I think is just as good. And it's from 1988 that Jeannie sings I'm on Acid with 3 guitars. So
Jeannie never passed up a chance to sing I'm on Acid.
Well, the other song.
So I think either one actually is quite good.
Was Jeannie on acid when she sang I'm on Acid?
She wrote the song, okay?
Okay. Oh, okay. Well, it's like false advertising to sing I'm on acid, but you're not on acid when you sing it.
Right. She wrote the song.
Which version are we going to play? Let's cut to it.
Let's play I'd rather play the 1988 version because nobody's heard it.
Okay. All right, here we go. 1988 version of I'm on Acid by the Marilyns, sung by Jeannie Tomlinson. Did the Marilyns ever trip together?
No, I think even though we were very young, like in our early 20s, we were past that. That was like teenager stuff, you know what I'm saying?
And yet you record a song called I'm on Acid.
Well, Jeannie was like 18 at the time, so she just was barely past being a teenager.
She was fresh off the...
She had fresh memories of that.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, I definitely went there, but it was more when I was a teenager.
Well, she was fresh off the Black Flag tour, probably. She followed Black Flag around, as I recall.
I don't remember that.
Really?
No, not really.
Plenty of chances to take LSD, I would imagine.
Probably so.
Because it's not like you're doing anything, really, with your spare time.
She dated... well, I shouldn't. Well, she wouldn't mind. She dated.
We got to get her on here.
Mick Cock. Do you remember him at all? He was.
I didn't know him.
He was a comedian, musician guy that was sort of associated with the Modifiers and our whole group of musicians back at the time.
But he sang for a different band.
He was a comedian singer guy. I wouldn't get close to the stage when he was up there because I didn't want to be target of his, wrath. But he had this band called Cock Rock, and that's who she dated. I mean, we all were dating musicians, and that's how we got started.
Dennis, see if we can book Cock Rock for next week. Not this week. busy.
That's another story altogether.
Yeah, well, at the end of the hour, we might have to rely on it. The listeners want to know. The Marilyns have this, according to the Space Case website, I was there today, have a two-phase history. You want to touch on that real quick?
Yeah, the first go-around was like in 1983.
83, 84.
83, 84, like I said, just getting started.
At Mongo's Pizza.
At Mongo's Pizza was, because we weren't good enough to play at the Antenna Club or whatever it was at the time. So we worked our way up there.
But you're talking about Mongo's on Highland.
Correct.
So when George and I first moved here, and he got here a little before me, we the first show I may have seen once I officially moved here. I'd been to the Antenna twice, driving 100 miles just to come up here. But the first show that I saw once we had moved in and I was going to art school was you guys playing at Mongo's Pizza.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh my gosh!
And that night,
that's incredible.
And it was so early on that we had not formed our quote unquote hardcore punk melodic punk band yet. And we weren't really friends with most of the underage kids who would be drinking at our apartment 6 months later.
Yeah.
But yet those hardcore kids, not skinheads, but just punk,
Yeah.
crew cuts and white T-shirts, emblematic stuff. They were there at that show, I remember.
There weren't, like, in Midtown now, there's several places for bands to play, but back then, there weren't that many places.
I would almost challenge you on that.
Well, I mean, there was the Antenna and Mongo's Pizza.
Mm-hmm.
They're just really...
Daily Planet?
That one for punk bands. I don't know.
But then the VFW also sported more punk bands than...
I don't know.
The hardcore bands, I would say.
Yeah, well,
Like
no, we weren't hardcore.
No, you weren't, but I'm just saying hardcore bands had even a harder time finding a place to play.
Yeah.
Like, soon after we saw the Marilyns, I know we went to the parking lot at the VFW and saw NOTA.
Oh, really?
And that was amazing.
Yeah.
Because it was all these... rock and roll was alive because you saw 14-year-old kids there that were dressed differently, that were into something.
Yeah.
For better or worse, they were into something. And I don't think you have that anymore.
Oh, I don't know about that. I think punk is still, and hardcore, all that's still around.
Yeah. It might be around, but I'd like to know where it is.
It's there.
Okay.
It's there, right, Marcia? There's plenty of bands, punk bands
Marcia's
out.
Thinking.
She's thinking.
I think I'm thinking what I should say to that answer.
Just be honest, and I can edit it out later.
Yeah, I think that we don't know because we're old.
Well, we'd read about it, wouldn't we?
I mean,
This stuff can't happen in secret with the internet and so forth.
But I wanted to say that I wish it were back in the late 70s and early 80s where you could just go find a place.
Why?
Because there aren't enough places to play.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the problem in the 70s and the 80s. That's why we, discovered the Well. Because there was no place for us to play. And that was a down-and-out country music bar that, I think Randy Sherto was one of the first ones to, say, hey, I think we could play here. And then the next thing you know, the Klitz were playing there, and the Randy Band was playing there, and Neon Wheels was playing there. And, the Klitz first gig was Midtown Saloon.
Where was that?
That was at Madison and Cleveland.
Oh, I think we played there once, too.
Yeah.
It had to be Madison Avenue.
Yeah,
That's
all
been
the
torn
way.
down. But yeah, I remember there was prostitutes out walking on the corner of the street and stuff. And
so
it was a good gig.
So wherever the young hardcore punks are playing now, I'd like to know too, but I don't know where that is.
Was there a venue at Idlewild in Madison at that point? Poets. Was Poets there?
Poets was where you could see the Pretenders.
Or Iggy, or the Ramones.
Police, or the Ramones.
Yes.
That's where, the bands would come that could sell out a 300-seat theater. But
that's what I wish I was here for.
Yeah.
I
saw the Pretenders there. I saw the Ramones there. I saw a lot of great bands there.
And we were in Tupelo. The first Ramones album I bought that was new was Subterranean Jungle in '83, and they performed that at Poets. Mm-hmm. But we were 100 miles away. We had no idea. 999 played at Pogo's What about Pocos?
Oh, yeah.
But we had
yeah.
no idea.
I remember
I saw
Pogos. I do.
Go-Go's at the
The
Pogos.
Go-Go's.
Yeah, I saw the Go-Go's there, too.
So did y'all know each other then?
Yeah, we knew each other.
So
We knew each other.
Marilyn came to see the Klitz shows in the late 70s.
Well, I was gonna ask.
With her,
Yeah,
with
and,
now her sister-in-law.
And we
Okay.
went, like, I knew her from shopping and stuff like that, too.
Yeah, because I managed a cool boutique called Magazine, and a lot of people came down there to shop.
Where was Magazine?
It's the Timpani building, which is at the very last block of Union between Front Street and Riverside. It was where Malmo was for a long time, and I think where Beale Street Caravan might have broadcast from.
Well, I just, I have to comment that Marilyn is wearing like Jailhouse Rock type stripes here on the Marilyn Space Case cover, and you're wearing stripes. It's like
Love
it's
it.
hard to ever get away from like
It's hard
classic
to
stuff.
get away from
But
stripes.
would you have bought the clothes you're wearing on this record cover at her place, or
Yes,
Possibly.
yes.
Very
I probably
possibly.
came from there. Magazine
Very
was
possibly.
the place to shop. I'm serious.
It was cool. It was
I
a cool
wouldn't be
place.
surprised at all if this didn't come from there.
And really, the concept of Magazine was a cool store, and the concept is kind of like Urban Outfitters now, where they've got albums, they've got books, they've got media, they've got greeting cards, they've got makeup, they've got men's clothes, they've got women's clothes, they've got things for the house. We even sold Famous Amos cookies. Remember Famous Amos cookies? We were the first place you could get Famous Amos cookies.
And you sold like dance.
Yeah, it was
dance
Capizio because it was all that jazz was the big thing. But
what? You mean the Bob Fosse movie?
Yeah.
All that jazz? And you sold what?
Capizio,
Which is a dance.
which is
dance
a line
shoe.
of clothing and dancewear. But
Okay.
at the late 70s and early 80s, it was part of the whole look, the whole fashion look of
Yeah.
you kind of throw on your leg warmers and your tap shoes and your tap pants.
So if you're
and
still in-
your stripes.
Okay. Building towards the Jane Fonda.
It was pre that, before
I know.
Yeah, but yeah.
But-
That's
but-
when it got really commercial.
So did you touch on Bob Fosse's Cabaret at the same time?
Exactly. We were very gender fluid.
Right.
We
So
were
what-
ahead of our time in that regard.
Who owned Magazine?
Carol Coletta and Beverly Cruthers.
Okay.
I was their manager.
Okay. Well, you always hear about Chelsea,
And yeah, Chelsea was great too. We would do fashion shows with Chelsea.
but I've never heard about Magazine.
well,
It was great.
it was cool, very cool, because it was downtown, and
Yeah.
Chelsea was in Midtown.
But was downtown at that point still kind of scary? Like,
Well, it was just starting to get gentrified.
Oh, okay. Because of the Peabody coming back.
Yeah, it was the Peabody wasn't even. It was had announced, I guess, that it was going to
Right.
be renovated.
Right.
Jack Tucker and Carol Coletta were one of the forerunners of downtown renovation.
Yeah.
And this particular building where Magazine was one of the first buildings to be renovated. And Jack Tucker and rest in peace, and Carol Coletta had had homes above, and the downstairs was retail.
Get
43
the,
Union.
43 Union. I saw Carol speak, was it this year? I think it was this year at the Women in Business seminar that Daily Memphian promoted. And I can't remember if she even mentioned that, because that would have really stuck with me, because clothing stores, we caught Decadence Manor. That was our Jimbo at Decadence. That was our sort of mid-'80s moving here and all that. And then that stayed in business for about as long as, early
guess-
90s.
I
guess
don't think
they-
Magazine was really open too long,
Well,
was it? A
well,
couple of years.
No, longer than that. They opened in 1976. And then in 1983, Carol and Beverly sold it.
Okay, I knew.
And then it carried on maybe 6 more years after that at 3 different locations.
Wow. Was Carol or was the Magazine scene into your music? Like, you were doing the Klitz at a certain point, right?
I was.
Wow. But there were never any shows at Magazine.
No, but there was an artist loft next door that we played at. It was where Alan Ulmer and Gene Siegel and a lot of people had their studios.
Okay.
And the Klitz did play at a Halloween party there, and we have it on tape. In the late 70s, we would crash a lot of parties.
Audio tape.
Did you ever have any famous people shop at Magazine?
Well, the Cars came to see us play at the Well. But we had some people who come in from Magazine, because at that time the showboats would come, and then they would have maybe they'd have shows at the Orpheum, and they would come and shop there, because we were just what are you going to do downtown? Oh, go to magazine. But
that's neat.
Yeah.
yeah, it was cool. Oh yeah, so we played a party in the building, magazine in the building, and then Gene Siegel and a bunch of artists had loft space there. And the funny part of this is Alex loved nothing more than being at a gig where the plug would be pulled.
Okay, 6 degrees of separation here. We're coming back around.
Because that was in 1978. If you got the plug pulled, I mean that was a stamp of approval.
Unless you're in the hospital,
or a stamp of disapproval, So and that's what we were looking for.
That's your next record title.
Yeah. So we asked Keith Sykes if we could come on the Klitz. Alex said, "Come on the Klitz, let them play like 3 or 4 songs for y'all." So we did, and you can hear Jareen, who now I know her and she's pretty nice, but at the time, Jareen Sykes.
Oh, his wife.
His wife. You can hear her on the tape going, "Get them off of here! Pull that plug! They don't need to be playing this party." And Alex, you could just picture him grinning and
yeah, he was directing
really
it. I'm
enjoyed it in the background. But that's the answer to your question. Did we ever play as part of a magazine? Well, we didn't really play as part of a magazine, but all the offshoots of that, because it was all like spreading out and becoming gentrified.
So Pull That Plug was almost akin to the Gong Show.
Yeah, it was.
All right, you're out of there. But you, Marilyn, you were going to these things, but you hadn't formed. Were you a little
No,
young?
I mean, okay, so this is like I said, the 6 degrees of Alex Chilton, because I grew up in Whitehaven, but this guy that lived down the street from me that sort of was involved with, supplying Alex with some stuff, I don't know what. But
LSD?
anyway,
Sorry to keep bringing that up.
Okay, there was this whole 6 degree of separation thing going, and and that's how I sort of became more aware of the Midtown scene, because I'd go with him he would make deliveries to Alex, and that's how I sort of became aware of magazine, and he shopped at this guy shopped at magazine, and we went to the Wells shows.
Magazine was cool. It was just a cool place to be.
So this was Alex's drug dealer?
No, I mean, he might have sold a little pot. That's about
Well, that's
it.
what you mean, right?
Well, maybe. Can I talk about this? I guess I can.
I've never heard this before.
He might have sold a little pot. I mean, whatever, whoever, whatever. We all smoked pot back then. That's no big deal. But anyway, not anymore though. After I was working, I know. Okay, but okay, back where we were. Though.
Marilyn was a manager at FedEx.
Well, no. So
You can edit that
you're
out.
saying that you lived in Whitehaven. You were what, 17, 18?
Yeah, I grew up in Whitehaven, close to Elvis's house, so not far from Elvis's house. So that's how I my friend who knew Alex, that's how I sort of became aware of the Midtown crowd. And
What's his name?
His name was David. He's not in Memphis anymore, so he's like real religious now. So I don't want to say his last name.
Sure.
But anyway, so that, and then just to change subjects entirely, the only other thing in Whitehaven that I want to talk about growing up was, when I moved out and I was managing these apartments, and this kid that lived in one of the apartments, he was my uncle. He, I was into rockabilly and all this stuff. He goes, my uncle plays rockabilly. He was into all that stuff, and I said, yeah, right. And he goes, no. And so he shows up at the apartments I live in one day in Whitehaven with Uncle Paul Burlison. So that's my other rockabilly story, is Uncle Paul Burlison. And at the time the guy I was in was in the Panther Burns, and he was off on tour, and Uncle Paul would come back and visit me, tell me how hard it is on the road and all this kind of stuff. And but he did autograph our guitars. Anyway, Uncle Paul.
But you said bullshit, and then you met Paul eventually, or
His uncle, he brought him in to meet us, and we hung out, and we were just flabbergasted.
from the Rock and Roll Trio.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. And he would talk about his old days in the Rock and Roll Trio, how they'd be on the road, and the two brothers, the Burnett brothers, would have to stop on the side of the road and duke it out because they'd be on the road. You know how it is, life on the road. They'd have to stop on the side of the road and duke it out just to, sort of get it out of their system.
Kind of like
and keep
Dennis and I
going.
do here.
But I mean, Paul Burlison, I consider him very much a raw, great guitar talent. A lot of people say bad stuff about him not really playing on some of those records and stuff because some of that stuff was produced in Nashville. I don't know. I don't know the details.
Well, he played on the Ted Mack Hour.
I've heard good and bad about all that, but he's still cool in my book.
So how did that transfigure over to the Klitz covering Train Kept a Rolling, right?
Oh,
Or-
we've
that
all
was Panther
covered that.
Burns.
The
Panther
Marilyns
Burns
covered
covered
that.
Marilyn's covered that?
Yeah, it's on
Yeah.
no. We've done versions of, wrote a song called Quit that was really based on that song, and it's on the it's on the CD. So
Let's play it right
it's
now.
It's live at the Antenna Club.
Let's play it. Let's
And
play
on
it right
the Klitz Sisters, speaking of rockabilly, we
Yeah.
do Cordell Jackson, Dateless Night, which was a great cover for Alex and Panther Burns also.
Okay. Well, let's get to that too. Let's play real quick. Let's play the Marilyns.
Quit.
Quit.
At
Okay.
live at the Antenna.
Live at the Antenna. It's original
original
song. Okay. That was Quit.
He's not really playing.
Yeah, we're rolling. You go ahead. Just gives Marcia a chance to talk.
Now, Quit is a song that the Marcialyns do,
Yes.
and I sing that, and so that's something great to hear us live.
But you don't have a recording of it.
We don't. Now, every now and then there might be snippets here and there someone might have posted, and Marilyn took down our Instagram site. But
No, I put it back up yesterday.
She put it back up yesterday. Oh, thank you, John. Thank you, Mike. You got her to put our spot back up.
Yeah, because when this thing goes live, it's going to be like Budokan.
Yeah, they're going to be just, banging to get on that Instagram site.
It's good to have it out there. You never know. I mean, every day I get a new Klitz follower, and a lot of times they're like from another planet, no, from another country.
Klitz follower sounds like a medical term.
Yeah.
I just like to hear you guys talk about the glory days and what things could be like without internet.
Yeah.
Or whatever that period, that post Elvis death period. You want to come in here and talk a little bit about your impressions of Marilyn when you met her, and then what you were doing at the same time with the troublemakers you were hanging out with.
Well, the Klitz were a little bit ahead of the Marilyns and the Hellcats because we started in 1977.
Sure.
And stayed with it till about 1981 or 82. So by that time, I don't think the Marilyns or the Hellcats were together yet.
So your phase one was over with at that point.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
But we were, we set the ground. We set the motion for a lot of all girl bands to follow. And the Klitz right now have a documentary in production. And that's kind of one of the, overlying and kind of themes of the documentary is that, we were the first all-girl punk band in Memphis. And some people even say the first punk band in Memphis. And if not for Alex and, being, with Lisa Aldridge as his girlfriend and just Midtown, right place, right time.
Mm-hmm.
But so I can't really speak to the first time I saw the Hellcats was they asked me to be their drummer, and I had
You were having babies or raising babies?
No, it wasn't babies yet. I was returned to college to get
okay.
to finish my degree. And
In what?
My degree is in journalism, and I had started a part-time job at Brooks Museum, and was working for PR and special events, and. Tav said, "Man, I got this new girl band coming up, Hellcats, and I think you should be their drummer." And I went over there, and in my kind of business look from having been at Brooks, and it just wasn't the thing, and that was okay. So really, the Klitz didn't really. By that time, we were totally winding down, 1982 or 83, and we didn't really get back together until the 2000s.
Why did y'all wind down at that point?
Well, I think it's just everybody was moving on. Gail, my sister, who was part of the Klitz, she stayed with music. Lisa moved away. And I said, well, I'm just going to go back to college. And that's what I did.
What about Amy?
Amy, she continued to have some bands. She had Last Chance Charlie's, something. She had wanted to do like more of a jazzy kind of lounge singer, and she did some shows with that. I think Ron Easley was part of that. But then we all ended up just kind of either having a career or raising families, but staying in the scene. Like I had another band. I got a band called Orbit Tomatoes, and I was married. Hans Faulhaber, my husband, had like a back house, and he always had like people coming over to record. The Hellcats recorded there, the Gories recorded there. So I was always part of the scene, just in a different way.
What's the song that you'd like to play from that first phase from the Klitz?
Wow, that's a great question. We've got like a whole CD's worth of songs to choose from.
What do you mean, a whole CD?
Well,
like
I've
official?
got we've got our first tracks were recorded at Sounds of Memphis, and then our second tracks were recorded at BR Toad, and then we have some live at the Wells songs too.
You were talking earlier about Sam the Sham.
Yeah. We got our first recording session was with Sam the Sham. He was the engineer because he was affiliated with the Sounds of Memphis studio. And
What was that?
It's at the time it was called Sounds of Memphis, and it ended up being it's on Rayner Street across from the original Weevil, and it ended up being where Gary Bells and Joe Walsh had a studio there. I think it might still be a studio. I don't know what it's called now. But
And what year is this?
This is 1978, the first time we recorded.
Okay.
And
So Joe Walsh is living in Memphis?
No, he ended up. You were asking me about the studio.
Yeah.
It was not part of his studio then, but it became that.
Okay.
I say that as a reference for people who've never heard of Sounds of Memphis, but they might know the studio where Joe Walsh was affiliated with.
He was investing in it.
Yeah, but this is like, years later.
1978's got to be the greatest year for Joe Walsh.
Yeah, but he wasn't part of it then.
Oh, okay.
He was part of I referenced Joe Walsh, so as a people to go, they might not have known.
He wasn't punk rock, was he?
They might not have known of Sounds of Memphis being where it was, but some people might know where the studio was across from Weevil that Joe Walsh was part of.
Right. I'm just saying he had the money to completely contribute. No one's ever explained to me why Joe Walsh was so attracted to Memphis particularly, because Life's Been Good to Me So Far came out in the late 70s, and then he was playing studio guitar on other things like Thunder Island.
At the time that the Klitz time that the Klitz recorded at Sounds of Memphis, it was owned by Lucchese. I don't know which Lucchese, and that's why Sam the Sham, Domingo Samudio was part of Sounds of Memphis because Mr. Lucchese was his manager, and that was his studio.
I wasn't into Joe Walsh. Were y'all
Why
into
are we
it?
talking about Joe Walsh?
Because we're about to cut to a song.
Golly.
Okay,
She's
all right,
she's
whatever.
angry. She's angry. This is one of her categories.
Like,
Keep going. I'm sorry. I won't say anything else about
I
Joe.
only mentioned that
I
as
made the mistake.
people are like, where was Sounds of Memphis?
no,
Well,
I
you
didn't
know
know.
the studio that Joe Walsh ended up having? That was it. And usually when I say that, people go, oh, yeah, I know where that is.
I love Joe Walsh.
Well, it's not that I don't like him, but I mean, it has
No,
nothing to do.
You're too punk rock for Joe
Nothing
Walsh.
to do with. Now, I did see him at the Overton Park Shell when I was 14, and that was the famous concert where they knocked the stage. It has a tie-in. I found the tie-in. The crowd stormed the stage and knocked the fence down at the Overton Park Shell because they didn't want to pay $3 to get in.
To see James Gang? Or?
Yep, James Gang. I was there. Yep.
There you go. All right. Well, good night,
So
everybody.
that was a punk. That was part of the punk scene, but I didn't know because I was only 14.
Well, that's another thing I'm jealous about is that you guys got to see a lot of things that when I got here, I didn't even know about. And then it took me another 10 years to learn about it. And then that's even further removed from reality. And it's like, and then of course, knowing you guys as friends is everything. But I wish I had been around for that. But then I don't know.
I definitely. She saw a bunch of stuff that I didn't see.
You had to get out of Whitehaven.
I had to get out of Whitehaven.
Yeah, it was in walking distance from my house. Not Whitehaven, the Overton Park Shell.
Oh, where'd you live?
On Hawthorne,
Okay.
by the Galloway House.
I lived on
Hawthorne.
Auburndale when I moved here.
Yeah, I know where that is.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you could walk to Poets.
Yep.
Everything was
We walked
easy.
everywhere. Yep.
Oh my God. The idea of walking to a punk rock club.
Yeah.
And I had to drive 100 miles to get to the antenna.
Wow. Yeah, we could walk.
And
For sure.
we called the antenna one night, me and George and my friend John, we were in the Rockroaches, and we huddled into a phone booth, the phone booth that you see in Teenage Tupelo, my film, because it was in Baldwin, Mississippi. And we huddled in there, and we put the quarter in or whatever, and the Antenna Club recording answered, and it said, hey, welcome to the world famous Antenna Club. And this week, we knew we were going that Saturday, no matter who was playing. It could have been you guys or anybody. And this was 83. And it said, the Philistines from Albuquerque are playing at the Antenna. And so
That
we're like,
sounds like Steve McGee.
and it's like, okay, well, we don't know who that is, but we're going to go anyway. So then we went anyway. And that was the first time I'd ever seen the Pistols on video, Rock America, whatever all that stuff was. I just, but you guys were just glad to be there, right? I mean, was it challenging for you even though you grew up in Memphis? Because for me, it was a complete educational freak out. Like walking in and just being inundated with black light and only 5 televisions, but it seemed like 100.
Yeah.
Did you go to the antenna a whole bunch after it became the antenna?
Well, you were already at the well.
I mean, I went to both places.
Yeah.
The well and antenna. Yeah.
So what was it? What was the transition? Was it one night it was the well, the next night it was the antenna, or was it closed for a while, or what was that?
I guess looking back on it, it does seem like it was that fast.
Really?
You know, where did the well go? All of a sudden we got in these TVs and Steve McGee, when before, we didn't have it like that.
Yeah.
But it was an inevitable transition, really, I suppose. But the well was much better, because it wasn't trying to be anything but just come play,
Mm-hmm.
Antenna, come on, antenna.
Well, I mean, Steve McGee, we gave him definitely a hard time back in the day.
How so?
Well, because he would charge the bands to use the PA and stuff. And so, like, if you made, like, $75 at the end of the night, he'd be like, well, how much you make? And 75. Okay, that's how much the PA is.
You got to pay to play.
I mean, I'm serious.
Yeah.
And he was so mean to us, more often than not. But,
He was mean to phase one.
It is.
He was glad to see phase two show up.
But,
No.
but anyway, I think it just sort of faded away. That history of the whole antenna it had its prime when all the punk bands were coming through and the college bands like REM and all that.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, all those bands
Black
that were
Flag.
so young coming
Yeah.
through there was just, the list was incredible,
And you saw them all.
Yeah, right. I
No?
probably saw a small percentage of the bulk of everything that came through.
So
there.
I shouldn't feel guilty about not seeing any of it.
I saw enough, but
I regret not seeing Black Flag. I regret not seeing Andy Kaufman at the Coliseum. There's these Memphis show regrets.
yeah.
That kind of stuff, which I could have seen if I'd been more on the fucking ball.
Yeah.
Wow.
Why was I sitting in Mississippi when these cultural events were happening? I just tried to make up for it by creating my own art, but it always seems to fall short because things that came first are alpha, those are the primary things.
I don't know, but for me, I left town in the 90s. I moved to Atlanta.
Why would you do that?
Because I didn't want to live in Memphis the rest of my life. I need to do something else with my life.
Right.
Yeah, so I moved to Atlanta, and then I moved to Orlando. So I got to see
Because you had a job. You had a corporate
yeah,
job.
you
well,
had
I
a
wanted,
career.
I wanted to go too.
Well, you were FedEx.
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
able to move around. That's the good thing about FedEx is
Yeah.
they're everywhere.
Yeah.
So I got to go with I didn't have to quit my job to do it,
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Why didn't you start punk bands in all those cities?
Yeah, right.
I was the one who pestered Marilyn to come out of retirement. She
I
said,
was gonna
I'm never
say-
going to play a guitar again. And
It's
I'm
when
like,
I
come on.
when I came back to Memphis, and at some point is when me and Marcia, we hooked up and started playing again because I was going out to see her play, and going
Super
out
low.
and stuff, and
Wait a
so.
minute, you were out of town until when?
Let's see. I moved back in the 2000s, in the
Whoa.
early 2000s.
Okay.
So, and I don't know. I was still working, but
Superlow doesn't go back to the two.
No,
When did
no.
Superlow start?
Play one of your parties. Remember that?
Yeah, but that was
2000,
recent.
it wasn't
2000.
just that though. It was
Right.
the Klitz,
2010 maybe.
Klitz and who whatever girl bands that were out there playing, I would go see.
I don't think there were any girl bands.
Well, I mean the Klitz sisters and all that.
Oh, well, now the Klitz Sisters is more recent than that, too.
Well, I don't know, but
I don't even remember what was the question?
Marcia
wasn't
and I we hooked up, and she said, "Why don't you play?" And I was like, but I said, "If you play with me, okay, I'll do it." So
Because you hadn't played guitar in.
I hadn't, but when I went back playing guitar again, I was like so dead serious about it. You wouldn't believe it.
Oh, I believe it.
See, before you had to beg, borrow, and steal just to get somebody to show you some licks and stuff.
What do you mean by that?
There was no internet or nothing.
Oh, I thought you meant chauvinism.
I mean, there was nothing to help you. You know,
Yeah.
if you spent a lot of money taking lessons somewhere, maybe. But
Did you really need to know that many chords anyway?
I took some, speaking of taking lessons, I took some bass guitar lessons at Guitar Center. And the guy wanted me to learn the Van Halen song. And do you know what the Van Halen song was? Pretty Woman.
I was
Oh,
going to say you really got.
like,
I was going to
what?
say you really got
Educate
me.
me.
I'm like, wait a minute.
I couldn't play Pretty Woman. That's complex. That seems.
I love that
complex.
song.
Well, but he did not know that it was a Roy Orbison
Oh, that's
song.
I can believe it.
Oh my God.
Said, let's
At
play.
Guitar Center, I can believe it.
Dennis knew what I was saying.
He thought it was a Van Halen song.
Yeah, let's play. I want you to learn this Van Halen song, "Pretty Woman." And I was like, I don't know any Van Halen songs. And he was like, I bet you'll recognize this one. I'm like, yeah, I recognize this one because I saw Roy Orbison on Ed Sullivan in 1965.
Maybe he's trying to bust a move on you with Pretty Woman, quote unquote.
Well, anyway, I learned how to play it, but I relate to what Marilyn said. It was hard to get people to want to teach you how to play.
I started learning.
And then they don't know what they're playing.
Since I had access to the internet, I could focus on learning my scales, like major and minor scales on the guitar and all that, and make sure that I knew how to play and knew where to go on the guitar and how to learn songs and how to change from one key to another key and all the stuff that when we were just very young.
Yeah.
But you're not. But if you're doing all that, you're not punk rock anymore.
Yeah, Dickinson.
Yes, I am. I am.
I got to quote Dickinson. He has so many great quotes. Long live the Klitz is one of them. But also he said, man, the Klitz didn't know what to play, but they knew when to play. Is that perfect or what?
Anyway, I needed to do that just so I could, feel good about myself.
When you came back and moved back.
Yeah, so I could feel good about my own playing.
Okay. Okay. Well, but that didn't mean that you guys were hooked, like forming the Marcialyns at that point.
Yes, we were. Yes,
you
we
were.
We were.
Well, wait, that's a long time ago.
We didn't start well, I guess we started
it had
talking
been that
about
long.
it
Started talking
in
about
2021 or 2022,
Oh, okay.
but our first show was 2023.
Yeah, no, I've been playing, learning,
Yeah.
going back, learning my scales and before that.
When was
Yeah.
your where was your first show?
At the Lamplighter on a Sunday during a turnt matinee.
Turnt matinee.
Turnt matinee.
You don't hear those two words put together.
Mm-hmm.
Well, actually, I always play matinees.
It showed up in my Facebook feed because it was the 2-year anniversary. It was just like last week. August 23rd. Here's your memory.
We're down to
Whatever.
2-year anniversaries now.
Yeah,
Yeah. I need to get Turnt on here seriously.
Yeah.
And I'd love to get Scott
You
Taylor
better
on
hurry
as
up.
well.
Oh,
yeah.
no. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's possible. We've already had Ross on, So, yeah, sure. Why not? I wonder if we have that many
great.
microphones. What's been your show, trajectory? What have you done? 2 years is not that long to be together.
Right. We did several. We did a couple of the Turnt Sundays for 2 or 3 shows like that.
Yeah.
And then we did.
Porch Fest.
We've done 2 Porch Fests.
Are you doing the upcoming one?
Well, it's every April, so we've done 2 Porch Fests.
Cooper Young's coming up in 2
Yeah,
weeks.
no, I've never played at Cooper Young. I'd
Well,
like
hold
to.
on a second. Do you guys want to play my 10-foot tent area thing at my... I have a tent that I'm going to have, a booth, rather. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. Marilyn's on hiatus, so I don't know. But I got another band.
Hiatus.
I'm going to pick up the guitar tomorrow.
I think Marilyn's just on
She
high.
reopened Instagram, Mike, so this
Right.
is a good
Anything's
timing.
possible.
I reopened Instagram yesterday, and
If you
so
guys
that
want
means I'm going to pick up the guitar tomorrow.
All right, there you go.
Anyway, okay, so, yeah,
And
Porch
we played
Fest. and-
DKDC a couple of times.
Yeah.
Well, we did the Memphis and women in
Oh, we did
Memphis music, MIM. They have that every Wednesday at B-Side. They have MIM.
But
And we did the Mike McCarthy, David Bowie, Elvis birthday bash
That was
Elbow.
fun. Elbow.
Yeah.
We played Elbow.
with
So we
Tim
had-
Verdone.
I'm glad Marilyn put back up our Instagram page because we could actually go to the Instagram page and see what our gig history has been.
So you guys playing the Tim Prudhomme show in my dining room,
Uh-huh.
that was...
That was super fun.
It
Oh,
was-
that was good. That
it
was
felt
a good
really
show.
good.
It was
too.
really fun.
You're playing in a 110-year-old wooden house,
Yeah,
so it
it's
had
perfect.
it sounded. You're inside an amplifier, basically.
Yeah, it sounded great. I loved it.
No, it was great. It was great.
Super
And such
cool.
an honor to have you there.
Oh,
So-
it was fun. Thanks for asking. We had a good
And
time.
we both have made a big effort to go back and have create copies of our music, whether it's CDs or albums or what. Marcia's been really helpful to me as far as hooking me up with Space Case, and I really credit her with helping because other than Marilyns would be buried forever.
Marcia's gifted with common sense.
So something like
And
You
that.
she's
could be-
really helped me a lot as far as
Thank
that
you,
goes.
Marilyn.
Because I sort of had given up, you know.
Really?
Yeah, well, I
Well.
kept all my stuff. I had like tape, cassette tapes from 30 years ago, all these cassette tapes in drawers in my house. And if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have gone through all those to come up with my own, personal CD that I put together.
Were they rewound and stored flat? 'Cause that's the
Some of them,
magic.
I had to go through a lot
Yes.
of really painful music
Right.
listening to get to those.
Painful music.
To get to those 10.
What do you mean?
Cringeworthy.
Well, I'm mad. There was some cringeworthy stuff on there. To get to those 10, good songs out of our whole discography, if you could put it that way.
Okay, so I'm holding in my hands a CD that says the Marilyns 1988 to 1989, which technically, according to Space Case, would be Phase 2.
Phase 2, correct.
All right, so I see a guy here, but we're just going to talk about the girls. So tell me who the lineup is.
It's Leanne. Let's see, Cheryl Neely. She is, rest in peace, she's gone. She was a great guitar player. I mean, she had a big red semi-hollow body guitar. She could play. That girl could play. And it was me on guitar, and then Leanne. She was Randy Sherto's girlfriend at the time. That's how we sort of got back together, because Randy said, y'all need to get back together and get my girlfriend
We've
to
name
play.
dropped Brandy a lot.
He's mentored so many groups in this town.
Well, go ahead and
Randy.
finish your intro.
And then Jeannie Tomlinson on bass. She's Jeannie Tomlinson, Saltmarsh. She's the only original Marilyn from 1983. So she, we took a break after Kim Kruger moved to L.A. She was dating Dave Ketchen at the time, and he
From the Modifiers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so when she followed him out to L.A., and so we sort of took a break after that. And then Thomas Smith, he had seen us at he's our drummer. He had seen us at the Mongo's Pizza, and we were having an audition. I don't know how we hooked up with him, and we auditioned him, and he brought drums and everything, and he said he went out and bought a drum set just so he could audition with us.
Yeah.
So what are we going to say? No, you can't be in the
No
band.
boys allowed.
That's what you could have
No,
said.
you can't be in the band.
You could have said, sorry, pal.
Girls only.
Hope you saved the receipt.
And he really was raw, but there was enough musicians around to help him, give him a few little drum lessons
Well,
to get him
was he
going.
a
And he was
good
great.
drummer?
He was great.
Okay. You didn't pull the plug on him.
He picked up good. And you listen to these songs on this CD, they're fantastic. This CD's not available nowhere but here.
Of course. We
Uh-huh.
wouldn't want it to be available to anybody.
Did we listen to I'm Glad I'm Not a Man? I love that song.
Yeah, it's
let's,
on here.
Let's do that now.
I'm glad I'm not a man, but we're just girls in a girls' band. Crazy, yeah, we wanna be in charge. Our lazy never have plans on the life we wanna give. Some pleasure, wanna give some pleasure, but not of course. We're
Who wrote that?
It was Brian Nanny. Do you know him?
A man wrote that?
He helped. It was me and Brian Nanny. Need to get to Marcia's stuff. What time
Well,
is
we're
it?
going to. Don't worry about it.
Well, we don't want to be here till 10 o'clock
listen,
at night.
Don't worry about that. I'm the control freak here.
Okay, all right.
All right, we're back, and that was "I'm Glad I'm Not a Man," written by a man
And a woman.
and a woman, 40 years ahead of its time, and it sounds really good. And it's out on Space Case Records, the Marilyns, with B-side "I'm on Acid."
Correct.
Yeah, that's an attention getter. All right, we talked enough about LSD. Let's talk about Randy Chertow. There's a common bond between the Marilyns and the Klitz, and we need to get Randy on the podcast.
Yeah, Randy is a great historian, and it was Randy, and I guess I always want to credit Randy with the one discovering the well for a place for bands to play.
Oh yeah, okay.
And he had always could pack the place with mostly underage girls. He would open the side door where they could just come on in and not have to check their ID. But we did a lot of shows with the Randy Band, and I feel like they're the ones who need to get some product out there because they just were.
They never will.
Oh,
great-
yeah. That's
Great
right.
songs, great hooks, great melodies, cute, all so cute.
One of my greatest accomplishments was getting the Randy Band to play the Coliseum Coalition's
Yeah,
Roundhouse
I remember
Revival
that.
in
Yeah,
the
I
wrestling
saw
ring.
that.
Oh, that's
That was like
right.
they had never forgotten any of the songs. It was great.
Randy and the band performed, and
Yeah.
was Ronnie with them?
I'm not sure he played with them. He's played with them.
Yeah.
He played the antenna.
Yeah, they were
Reunion
great. I
with
love
them.
We definitely need to get Randy on.
Yeah.
If Randy's listening to this right now, you're coming on the show.
Yeah,
Bring
drop
your-
in on him at the library where he's manager of the bookstore.
Bring your talented daughter.
But he plays on one of the Klitz Space Case releases, Live at the Well. He plays on that. You can hear him playing on that.
Well, let's cue that up.
Yeah.
You want to? Like what would be a tune from that we could play?
He plays on, I think, Bankable Girls is the tune he plays.
You want to go to that right now? Let's play it.
Okay.
Bankable Girls with the Klitz.
On
And
Live at the Well.
Live at the Well with Randy from the Randy Band sitting in.
And this is on Space Case Records.
Even got a heart in your pocket, you can lock it so you think she's a bankable girl. So you invest in little security. But all the Tories say you want us to see the stolen hours, yeah, the stolen from your bankable girl. What reason why you bankable girl, she tells you that bankable heart can't trust her. Bang on me, bang on me. Yeah, you think she's a bankable girl. You even got a heart in your pocket. You can lock it 'cause you think she's a bankable girl.
You might have to help me pester Randy because he's not taking my calls.
Uh-oh.
But I had lost my driver's license, and I went to the library, and he actually loaned me $8.
Oh, okay. Well, you got to pay him back. Then maybe he'll come on the show.
I went to the kiosk, and I'm like, I don't have any money to buy my driver's license. But then I spotted Randy across the way.
You knew he had some bills on
I
him.
knew he had money because he works for the library.
Yeah.
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 So
And he was
sure
wearing a
enough,
tie.
he showed up, and he was very nonchalant about it, as people should be when they're loaning money.
Yeah.
So tell me about the Space Case experience, and did Ross introduce you to the Space Case
Ross
people?
yes, Ross introduced us to the Space Case people.
Ryan and-
Ryan Leach and his wife Moore Fleischer Leach,
Mm-hmm.
and they live in Austin, and they just have been great putting out things that are Memphis related.
I got to say, they put out my daughter's record.
They sure did,
Hannah
yeah.
Starr that Ross played drums on back
Right.
in 15.
Right. Yeah.
Kickstarter, 300 records. First 100 were on pink vinyl.
Right.
That was fantastic.
Yeah. So they're just great. They love Memphis, and they will probably be in town for Goner Fest.
Oh, okay.
And but they've put out so much Memphis product, starting with Ross, and then they did a Jeff Evans, and they did a kind of an obscure Tav and Ross, and then they did 2 Klitz vinyl, and then they did Marilyn, and they've done Optic Sync, and now Fake. So they just really are, keyed into, to kind of the coolness of Memphis. But
Okay.
But the Klitz never had. We had been sitting on like an hour's worth of studio material and countless live CD, live cassettes, and Ryan was like, "Man, y'all got to get this stuff out." So he was the first to release a 4-song vinyl 7-inch called "Sounds of Memphis," going back to the studio where we recorded those
Now,
4 songs.
whose idea was it to pick those 4 songs?
Right. Now, Ryan really helped us kind of select the songs. We knew we wanted to do Hard Up and 2 Chords because those are kind of like our anthems. And on the streaming platforms, they get the most hits of any of the songs that we have.
So
out
should
there.
we even bother playing those because everybody maybe is more familiar with those?
Well, I mean,
Play something else?
I don't, that's a great question because Ryan was really wanted us to do "Couldn't Be Bothered," which is a really good song that's on the Sounds of Memphis 7-inch, and then the song that Randy plays on is on our 7-inch Live at the Well. And it's called "Bankable Girls," and we'd kind of like forgotten about that song, and then he was like, "Man, this is a really good song," and he was right because it's got a good hook. Gail's singing it, and you can hear Randy doing his great magic. He's got one of those really all up and down the keyboard, the neck board on the bass. So it's just really a strong song.
So is Randy also on Couldn't Be Bothered?
He is not.
Okay, well, let's play Couldn't Be Bothered real quick.
Okay.
Okay, so that was Couldn't Be Bothered by the
I love
Klitz.
that. Couldn't be bothered with your runaround lies.
What year is that from?
1978.
And that's on the Space Case.
Gail wrote it in 1978, and Space Case released it in 2014.
Okay.
And it was part of our original recordings at Sounds of Memphis in 1978.
Can I do a shameless plug here?
Sure.
I did the only Klitz official video for 2 Chords
You did. It's fabulous.
in 28. What? 2018?
Oh, it's up to 8,000 views, which I think that's
Really?
that's pretty good. And it might be even more because it's on more than one. Like you can find it on your Gorilla
Okay, Gorilla Monster Films.
and
yeah.
then you can find it on, I think, Space Cat has a link to it, and then it's
Oh,
just
good.
out there on YouTube
Okay.
land,
I had
so-
no idea.
Yeah, so it's been seen by a lot of people. It's really good. You did a great job on that. Thank
Well,
you.
I wanted to do, since it was sort of impossible, it wasn't impossible, but, getting y'all together, plus I wanted to be in love with the past to the extreme point of like showing your baby photos.
Yeah, no, you did a great job.
So
with that.
I showed you've seen it, right?
I need to go see it.
Yeah,
I
it's,
know
super,
it.
it's super good.
It's just
I might go
it's
home and
photos
look
of
at
them
it.
growing up.
Oh,
And then coalescing, I guess, with Alex and
Uh-huh.
Lisa and so forth. And I was really proud to do that.
Yeah, it
So
was
thanks
great.
for giving me the opportunity.
Oh, no, thank
I
you.
remember
It's
when
great.
y'all came over. I guess without Lisa, right? Because she's away.
Right.
But you and Amy and Gail came over and watched it at the house, and we had a little get together, and that was so much fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
It's a great video. I appreciate you putting it
Yeah.
out
Oh
there.
no, thank you.
And Gail has put together a lot of, I guess, iconographic videos where she takes a song and just does montage from different.
I haven't seen those.
There are just so many, countless.
In
But
what way? Montages of y'all's photos?
Just takes photos and snippets and just puts. So if you go to the Klitz YouTube, you're going to find lots to choose from. But one of the best is Mike's 2 chords, and then of course Captain Memphis meets the Klitz, which is classic.
Now talk about that event. Okay, so Charles
Charles Ratteri
from
was,
Channel 13. I've talked to him on
Yeah.
many occasions. He's a fantastic guy.
yeah, he was interested in the Klitz because Dickinson was friends with all those people.
Yeah.
And so they were always interested in what was going on musically with Alex and Dickinson and Mudboy and all that.
Savad.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so, they were in, all you have to do is say, one, we're hanging out with Alex Chilton and we have a band called the Klitz, and then people just like, tell me more, they just want to know more.
Or tell me less.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Show me less, tell me more. But yeah, so he was interested, and he came to a lot of our recording sessions, and then we the Klitz were asked to play at the graduating party of the College of Arts, 1978, 9. Gotta get the timeline.
Really?
Their graduation, and we played in the lobby of the Orpheum, and that's where a lot of that Captain Memphis meets the Klitz footage is from. And that footage shows up it's in like Chris McCoy's Antenna video. It shows up because if you're looking for something from the early days,
Yeah.
that's about all there is, because video killed the radio star, and we are in that moment where everybody's not with their iPhone and their camera, so you have to really kind of hunt and search. So that Charles Ratteri did that for us, just imprints us. So that's
Hold
really
on.
good.
So let me go back a second to clarify something you just said. Memphis Academy of Art. I graduated in '86, but you're talking about the graduating class of '79. So they graduated out of the Orpheum, and then the Klitz were hired to
Played the party.
play the after party of the graduation.
Yep.
Okay, because I always sort of conflated that with the Orpheum Cramps.
We did that too. That was a different event.
Okay, was that before or after?
After. Okay, so there was the night of the Cramps when Tav sawed the guitar. That was like, I think, October of '78. And then, so that was after. So then the Cramps was August of '78.
Before that.
And then the May '79 is when the Klitz played the graduating class.
So how many times did you play the Orpheum? Twice?
I guess twice, yeah.
And this is before the Orpheum was reconstituted?
Correct. A lot of it was part of fundraising events, or just to get it out there. We cannot tear down the Orpheum.
So what you guys were doing and what the Art Academy was actively involved in was a historic preservation sort of outreach?
You could call it that in a very glamorous term from today's hindsight.
I've never heard anyone say that before.
Well, but because Dickinson and all his group had done Beale Street Saturday Night. Beale Street Saturday Night. That was the album that was a fundraiser for the Orpheum, and they were having events all the time at the Orpheum.
Who all was on that?
Some blues greats, and then some Mudboy people, and just all kinds of people from the Dickinson crowd, Dickinson and Sid Selvage and Lee Baker, and
So the Mud Boys were totally. Well, Marilyn, did you see that Earl the Pearl just passed away?
no, I did not.
And he played Roundhouse Revival in 2015. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Coincidental that you bring that up, because with Marilyn, not with the Marilyns, but I have to bring this up real quick. When we were doing Time Warp Drive-In on the very first official season, which was really like year 2, I showed, Matt Martin and I showed Invisible Man, King Kong, had a Universal Horror Night, basically, RKO, whatever. And you and Ronnie came to that.
Yes.
And that's when I hooked back up
yeah,
with you.
yeah.
And somehow from the get-go, and this is all along the historic preservation topic,
Yeah.
I said, do you want to be involved with the Coliseum Coalition? And you jumped right
Yeah.
on it, which
Right, yes,
so glad.
And I didn't realize at the time that Roy
Barnes?
was involved, and I've known him forever because he was married to Leanne. He was married to the girl in the Marilyns. After Randy Sherato. Okay, let's just get this all out here right now. Okay? Roy Barnes was married to Leanne
Yeah.
after Randy dated her.
Okay. And where you said she passed away?
No, that was Cheryl.
Oh, Cheryl. Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Leanne just lives right down the street from me. I keep trying to get her to play, but
So she wasn't damaged goods after Randy dated her?
well, no.
Okay. All right. Wait.
Watch
so
your
then,
tongue.
watch your tongue. No, I talked to Roy today, actually.
Yeah, Roy, he's a good guy.
Yes, he is. He
And,
picked me up from the airport 2 days ago.
Did he? He's
Well,
a good guy.
it was cheaper to take Roy out for a beer than to get an Uber.
I bet.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Despite the potholes.
he's a good guy, and she's a special person too.
How so?
She's just great. She's the sweetest person, and she sings.
She's fairly gorgeous.
She's beautiful.
Yeah.
She's beautiful.
Yeah.
She sings, and she's got the best voice on some of our recordings there. You can hear her doing back. That's her thing. She's background vocals, but she's just really, and she writes music, and she's come over to my house, right,
We were
Marcia?
hoping she was going to be part
right?
of the Marcialyns.
I'm not wrong about
Oh,
this.
that would be great.
You don't know how many times I've told Marcia, oh, Leanne came over and we're playing and it's going to be great.
Now we have Ronnie,
But he's not a girl.
but he's reliable.
Not yet, anyway. The
But,
way things are going.
To circle around though, Ryan and more with Space Case, they have been,
Champions.
they've been champions, but they've made sure that they have formed relationships with all the important people in Memphis, like Garner Records, the Garner Records people, and Andrea Lyle, and you can name some other ones, I'm sure. I bet they
Some other ones?
other ones.
Do these regional things slip into the Marilyns
Yeah, they
material?
do.
Okay.
10
but-
big men.
Yeah, what?
Yeah. That's a real hickey song.
What?
Yeah,
Yeah, what? Got 10 big men.
Tim Bug Man. Anyway, they have done an excellent job. Is when they're in town for Gonnerfest, they like hook up with everybody. They're from California, is where they lived before, and just the little bit I've spoken to Ryan, he's a big gun club fan, and so he knows a lot about the punk scene, Panther Burns, and all that.
Right.
Alex Chilton, so he already knew it before he even moved to Austin. So
I guess I'm trying to worm in another Marilyn song here, but would Chilton come see y'all at Mongo's Pizza, or who came to see you?
not Chilton, no.
No, would that be
I think he may have been in New Orleans by then.
at that point?
I don't
Early
know what.
80s is when he went.
He
Well,
may have been in New Orleans, yeah.
but he was back in the 90s playing the antenna.
Yeah, he would come back and play.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
Weevil benefits and stuff.
But he was firmly rooted in New Orleans.
And he would
at
come
that-
back here to record.
Okay. Yeah.
So no, it was like I said, all our back at Mongo's Pizza, it was all our boyfriends who were also musicians.
Well, I guess what I'm realizing is, or coming to realize is, with the Klitz, it was very much founded into Alex living here, Taff Falco living here, but it was a slightly generational shift for the Marilyns.
Yeah, it was the modifiers, the guys in
Yeah.
the modifiers. We were all dating, not me, but there were people dating them. We don't want to get into that.
Well, hold on a minute. There's a lot of skippage there that makes the podcast more interesting.
No, we're not going there. I might get sued. But anyway.
We're not going to sue you.
No, I was dating Jim Duckworth at the time.
Who went on to the gun club.
Who went on to the gun club in the Panther Burns. And
What was that like, dating Jim Duckworth?
We hooked up at some lesbian club in Memphis. I don't know.
Lesbian club?
Yeah, there was
Or
back.
didn't y'all do more
You
than
mean the
just
well?
date?
No, there was back then. There were more gay clubs
Oh, sure.
than there are now. Because it's become so normalized. You know, there's not near as many gay clubs, but
Were you ever a lesbian?
no.
Okay.
But
Well, we got that out of the
I
way.
played one on TV.
If you're dating Jim Duckworth, I thought you might be a lesbian.
no,
Okay, all right.
but we met there at a lesbian club, pretty much, and then let's see.
What was the name of the lesbian
yeah.
club? What was the name?
can't
Reflection? Was it
remember.
Reflection? No, that was a gay club.
I can't remember. We played
George's.
GDI Fridays. Remember GDI's? GDI's, whatever.
You mean TG? Thank God it's Fridays.
No, yeah, it was down on the river.
Oh, I don't know about
We
that.
played that, and
I didn't get here until all the lesbian bars closed.
but
I think I
anyway,
get here the day after.
But he was, already playing with. I think he was playing with Panther Burns then, and that's
Yeah.
where I really formed a better friendship with Amy, because she was dating Tab.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just get this all out on the table. She was dating Tab at
Yeah,
that point in
yeah,
time. And let's see, like I said, Kim Kruger, tall redhead girl. Nobody, she's like disappeared. I think she's dead. My guess is she's dead. But
was she one of the Marilyns?
she was one of the Marilyns, and she was dating Dave Ketchum.
Phase one.
Phase one. And Jeannie Tomlinson was dating Mick Cock. So it was all that group of people. Bands and stuff that we hooked
What did
up
these
with.
guys think about you having your band? Like
They were cool. I mean, we were like, if you can do it, we can do it too, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we were like borrowed instruments and got them to show us some stuff.
But weren't you already musically inclined?
No,
Are you serious?
no, that's why I have a CD of that era. But I didn't bring it because no way I'm gonna I just decided after I put that CD together, it was so bad. There is no way.
Well, let's play something from that.
No, it's not here.
Well, I mean,
That's gonna be like if we're writing a book or something.
analytically.
if
well, I
we're
think we
writing a
should-
book or something, maybe we can get that far.
I think we
But-
should play something now, then we can discuss analytically why you think it's bad, because I'm sure a lot of people would think it's a lot better than anything that's happening right now.
There is a few good things on there.
What?
But, well, let's see. I've got some live recordings from Mongo's Pizza.
Oh my God, I'd love to play that right
Yeah,
now.
that'd be
Yeah,
good.
Yeah,
I do
what-
have some of that on.
What's
but
the best song
I
from the
did not
Mongos?
bring-
Well, you don't have to bring it. We'll play it.
Just some of the early Marilyn, some of these songs that we
what's
did
a-
back then.
What? Okay, just pick one and let's go to it.
Let's see.
From Mongos.
Liberty Land.
Oh my God, Liberty Land.
Liberty Land is actually out there on YouTube, Dennis.
Well, we can find that. That's too easy. Let's play something else.
Liberty Land, and then let's see.
We can talk about Liberty Land later.
Back from the Grave.
That's
Back
a
from the
good one.
grave. Is that a good one?
Uh-huh.
Marcia
It's-
approves.
Yeah, we still do that today.
We do, uh-huh.
Back from the grave, I will crawl straight to your heart. No 6 feet under's gonna keep me down for long. I'm gonna live on till I die, and then I'll rise again. Back from the grave, I will crawl straight to your heart. Gonna bury me deep in hallowed ground, no hallowed
Back from the Grave in more ways than one.
The Back from the Grave is a great song. David Ketchens wrote part of that, by the way.
Who was he?
The guy that went on out to California.
He was dating Kim Kruger.
Yeah.
So what did Kim Kruger do in L.A.?
I don't know. She disappeared.
Kim, call in. Usually I stage a call in on the show, but wouldn't that have been great?
Wouldn't that be great?
Wouldn't that be
wow.
great? Even if it was a fake call from Kim Kruger. Well, I would like to think
Back
that
from the grave.
She was a great player. I mean, she would just could play intuitively. She didn't know how to read music or even understand chords, but she could just if you played something, she knew how to by ear pick it up.
Can I ask you something here to dig deep in the cobwebs? What is it like in 1970 or 1981?
Yeah.
2, 3?
Right in there.
When your guitar player, their tall, lanky redhead, comes to you, smacks of Ivy, right, from the Cramps, and says, "I'm leaving for L.A. and I'm not going to be your guitar player anymore."
Oh, well, we were ready to take a break by then, so it was okay.
We've
been together for a couple of years by then, so it was okay.
All right.
I mean, anybody who wants to move to L.A., go for it, right? And she was young, and, I'd hoped that she'd go out there and really... get in the Cramps, because she was that good. I mean, she was beautiful, tall, redhead.
Did you say she played a hollow body?
She played a Les Paul.
Who wrote the song about Liberty Land?
I think Brian and I think, again, it was a Brian, Nanny, Marilyn song.
So the man who wrote
I'm Glad I'm Not a Man.
Also wrote Liberty Land.
He was hanging out with us a bunch. He's such a good writer. He was in bands with Mick Cock. And he just he's still around. He lives in Midtown.
Okay.
And he's
a Voodoo Village people.
Yeah, Voodoo Village people. He's an excellent writer.
So Mick Cock became the singer for Voodoo Village people?
He was the head
Brian
guy.
was the singer.
No, it was him and Mick Cock.
They co-sang.
Yeah, they both did. They both did things on.
Okay.
But yeah, so he helped get that song jump started.
So why did you care enough about Liberty Land at the time to write a song about it?
It was that song, if you listen to it, which I don't know if we played it yet or not.
We didn't, but well, you said it is available on YouTube.
It is.
People
It's
can
out
find
there
it.
on YouTube.
Yeah.
And this was the early version. It's out on, at the Ornamental.
We'll play it. We'll play it
out,
here. Yeah.
It's out there at the Ornamental Metal Museum. So it's a pretty cool version with Kim playing guitar, her Les Paul guitar.
Okay.
It's really pretty good.
It's live.
Yes.
Okay.
It's live. And the song is based off the jangle from the original Liberty Land commercial.
Really?
The
Liberty
jingle?
Land, Liberty, let's all go to Liberty Land.
She said it was a jangle.
I was like, jingle, jangle morning, I'm following you.
The southern version, jingle, jangle, whatever.
Right, don't block out Kim, so stand right there. Go ahead. Go. You know what I mean? Stand out of line of her, right there.
Okay, I handle that, but I'm not
Okay, go.
Saturday night.
She was going to retire until you invited us to come on the show.
Okay.
It's
It's not too late.
Hiatus, but it was really, I'm too old.
For the Marcialyns. Okay, but now you're back on.
Thank you.
Like you're excited. It's exciting. It's an exciting time to be here. How many times did the Marilyns go to Liberty Land together as a group and drop acid? Twice. Okay.
Trying to remember if we even went there for I think we did a video thing. I think Roy Barnes may have a video of us there. He did a bunch of video,
I know he was making films at the time.
You remember who was the guy, Dan, from the band that was back in that time? Dan,
I wasn't here then.
You weren't. Okay. Well, Roy, you should get Roy on this show.
Okay.
Because he was videotaping bands, and he did some stuff for the Marilyns and other bands around town. So
the YouTube clip is a video, not just audio.
It's a video at Ornamental Metal Museum, but it was Ron Easley. It's a Ron Easley production. Okay. Not Roy Barnes.
What do you mean? What's the distinction there?
Well, Ron Easley just, I don't know how he agreed, but he showed up. He showed up out there at the Ornamental Metal Museum with his video camera and videotaped.
I like the way you throw in ornamental every time you say it.
He videotaped the whole show that day and night. It went on from day all the way through night.
Where's that footage?
I have it at home on.
What?
Yes.
Let's show it at Studio on the Square.
No. We need to go over it because some of it is.
Do we?
We need to get permission from.
No, we don't need to get permission.
Marilyn is not spontaneous.
Screw that.
The one clip that is really good that's out there. It's on YouTube, Liberty Land.
I smell a documentary here. Well, okay, and to be fair, I wanted to do a documentary on all girl bands. Of course, it includes a guy hiding behind an amplifier, but all girl bands in Memphis. And then that morphed into Destroy Memphis, which was a documentary about the destruction of the park and the downfall of the roller coaster and the breakup of the Zippin' Pippins, the girl band with Amy LaVere, Susie Hendricks, Misty and Christy White, and sometimes Denise White on maracas. And but I did wind up putting as many girl band the lineups of as many girl bands as I could in the end credits of Destroy Memphis. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
You've seen it?
Yeah. Yes, I think I have.
Okay, and we showed it last year, I think. And I was just glad to at least get all the girl bands in the end credits of Destroy Memphis, although it was a non sequitur or something.
Yeah.
But it did start out that way, just because the Zippin' Pippins were the girl band that was right in front of me at the time, and no guys, all girls.
Well, I mean, I'm all for that because I think there were so many guy bands that the girls got overlooked.
Yeah,
and
still a man's world.
It's as far as rock and roll is concerned,
it still is.
It is. Yeah. They're there. I mean, we're there. Mm-hmm. I mean, we are there. And so it's still hidden in our drawers and our attics.
Hello.
And
jingle. I mean, what's hidden in your drawers is your business. I don't know if that's a cut to another song or something.
Dateless
Dennis?
Night.
Huh?
Dateless Night?
Dateless Nights by the Klitz?
Well, the Klitz sisters recorded it on our Klitz.
Okay, so what's the difference between the Klitz and the Klitz sisters?
The Klitz sisters are Gail, my sister, and Marcia, me. Mm-hmm. And we didn't want to call it the Clifton sisters or the Cliftones. We went back and forth. Right, so we just Klitz sisters because we're really sisters.
Right.
And then it's the Klitz.
You're not a sister to Marilyn.
We're sisters.
As you spell it.
But yeah. But Gail's my sister.
Yeah, right. Where is she tonight?
Probably at home.
Probably at home. Okay. Mm-hmm. Is she going to be listening to this?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Hey, Gail.
But so the Klitz sisters were me and my sister Gail with Hans Faulhaber.
I knew it. I knew there had to be a guy.
And Mac Gully. And then fast forward, Mac Gully and I and Rev Down have done some Klitz Sisters recording. So the Rev
Too
Down
quick.
trio kind of grew out of the Klitz Sisters and kind of all being neighbors. You know, my street Harbert has like everybody's got a back house with a recording studio. But so we went down, Gail and I went down to Mac's house to record on some Rev Down songs. And then Hans said, well, let's get Rev in the Klitz Sisters so we could have another guitar player. And so we had a couple of gigs with the Klitz Sisters with Rev Down in the band. And then Gail and Hans decided they wanted to do other projects, but the Rev Down trio became me and Rev and Mac. But we added those musicians onto the Klitz Sisters. And those are the two songs I sent. It's We're Not Bad Guys and Automatic, which are songs from the original Klitz body of work, but redone with Rev and Mac adding some instrumentation. And I'm singing vocal on those.
So which one you want to go to first?
Well, I think both of them would be good. It's either Automatic is good because it's got a really nice keyboard part, but what I love about We're Not Bad Guys is that it's got the drums and Rev's guitar kind of right in there and synced together. So both of those would be good. I would say We're Not Bad Guys. And
Okay.
then, yep. And if
All
you wanted to do Automatic, that would be good too.
We'll do that as well in a little bit. Okay. We're No Bad Guys.
This is another one of our Klitz songs.
All right, so how did you meet Reverend Down? And of course, we know him from Deering and Down.
Deering and Down.
Yeah.
He's been in Memphis since, I guess, 2006 or something. He and Lana Deering came
Yeah.
to Memphis to kind of just see if Memphis could take them to another level in their music, because
Right.
they came down from Alaska,
Right.
and they were very popular in Alaska, and then came to Memphis and became very popular here as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I met Rev and Mac. Rev was recording at Mac's house. He's our keyboard player, and said, I have a song or two that I think Gail and Marcia of the Klitz would be great singing background on. And that was about the same time Marilyn and I started our about 2 years ago, August of 2023, when we went down to Mac's house on right around the corner and put those tracks down. And then, one thing led to another, and he started. Rev and Mac were friends already, and then we just thought Mac would be a good fit to bring Rev in for guitar and playing, because Gail. We just needed a little more broader scope for.
Did Gail play guitar as well?
She did. She played rhythm guitar, and Hans played bass. But we needed someone like Rev to really accent the guitar.
What does Rev bring to it?
He just brings a very unique style of both blues and rock, a little bit of psychedelic art. He's just kind of just a good avant-garde guitar player, really strong guitar player that he brings to. He's a good producer too. So
And he's on this next cut.
he is.
watch the sunrise all night long. We can't go wrong, automatic.
And so that was automatic?
That was automatic. And what I love about that song, it's the past and the present.
Right.
It was written by Gail and Hans like in the mid '80s, and Hans has recorded it. Gail has recorded it, and now when Rev heard the song, he was like, "Wow, I know I could add some guitar." And Mac had a really good idea for a keyboard part, and then I wrote another verse for it, and so it's just kind of evolved into kind of a more modern take on the song.
So in a way, not that it was. Is it fair to say that when the Klitz did it originally, it was underproduced?
I think it might be, yeah.
And then you've had 4 decades to think about it, and it's matured into something else, and that's kind of cool, really, to look back at your own work and do not a cover of it, I guess, because it's your own work.
Yeah.
It's just a revision of a seed that's there, and now you've got different players involved.
Yeah, and it really has a Memphis sound and a whole Memphis vibe to it. I think it's very appropriate.
Yeah.
For what we're trying to do and be.
Marilyn was raising her hand. Weren't you raising your hand?
Well, they're good. I love the Klitz sisters. They haven't been playing that much lately, but I would go see their shows.
Yeah, you would come see our shows.
Yeah.
Now, the Klitz are hopefully we'll play again. The Klitz or the Klitz sisters, some kind of rendition will play at the end of the year because we have a documentary in the works called "Say the Name."
So what's that all about?
It's about the history of the Klitz and just kind of having a place for us in the kind of the scheme of feminine rock.
Memphis history.
Say the name. Who's filming that?
It is John Rash of Southern Punk Archive.
Oxford, U of M,
Oxford,
University of Mississippi.
And Joy Fairfield of Rhodes College. They first got interested in us with Tyler Fritz. He was the musicologist at Rhodes. He's since transferred to another college. But he and Joy were interested in doing a documentary they discovered us in doing their Dr. Tyler Fritz and the Klitz. He discovered us and just kind of by accident, he was doing a history of Memphis music for one of his classes. And he came across the Klitz and he was like, man, where has this band been? And he reached out to our Facebook and said, I'd like to talk to y'all more. And it just grew into... First, a little podcast. Actually, you can go to a podcast. There's a 4-episode podcast that's already out there that the Mike Curb Institute and Beale Street Caravan do. And so that's a 4-episode podcast. And then that grew into the documentary.
4 episodes on the Klitz? That's crazy.
Yeah.
And if Marcia wasn't, her librarian background, I'm telling you. If it wasn't for her, I don't think any of this would happen.
Well, it's a good thing Alex gave me the tape when we left the Sounds of Memphis back in 1978. He said, here, you keep this.
She's
And
really
I
been
did.
the keeper of the flame for the Klitz.
To say, look for the Klitz, hopefully we'll play or do some kind of celebration when the documentary is released.
When's that going to happen?
Hopefully by the end of the year.
And it's going to be called?
It's called Say the Name. Having... John involved, the Southern Punk Archive out of Oxford, and then Joy, who is still on staff at Rhodes and kind of is gender studies and does a lot with theater and art. So it's just going to be a good combination of people.
Do you think you might actually wind up premiering it in Oxford?
Possibly.
Yeah.
And I hope I hope Lisa will come to town and the Klitz
they traveled to Nashville to interview Lisa.
They did.
Oh, that's cool.
They interviewed Marilyn too.
Yeah, they interviewed me, and then they've been doing some video production like at clubs, like they've been playing around town. And Amy.
Amy
Starks.
Amy Starks.
It's been sitting in, she was
So this is actually the all-girl Memphis punk doc that I didn't do that maybe
Right.
is now
exactly.
taking its own different path.
Could be.
Could be, yeah.
They've been working on it a while, and then COVID kind of stopped it, and then Tyler
Yeah.
got a job at another college, and then they got John and Oxford involved, and Joy's kind of been in the periphery of it throughout the whole time.
Do you stay in touch with them?
I do.
Quite a bit?
Yeah, we've talked with them, all.
I know that I met John. I went down for an Oxford punk rock flea market.
Yeah, I did that.
And so I got to meet
Marilyn
him
and I did that too.
in person, yeah. Well, as far as I know, the Oxford Film Festival is still going on. So leave it to Mississippi to succeed where Memphis can't.
Yeah.
So that's kind of been the way it is for the last couple of years. So, yeah, well, more power to them
Yeah.
and to you and to get that done.
So it was started out Tyler, Fritz, Joy, Brooke, Fairfield, now John Rash in Oxford.
So is there ever any point that's going to happen where the Marcialyns join the Klitz sisters kind of thing?
That's up to Marcia and Gail
Sure.
and
Yeah.
whoever.
Yeah.
Like you combine forces
I
or
think
something?
that might be more likely than something else. I don't know.
Yeah, it's hard. It's
What's
hard to
something?
say.
What's the something else?
Maybe Amy and I think are more likely.
Yeah,
'cause
Amy's
she's
been
already,
playing with both.
She's
bands.
already played.
Oh, really?
With,
Yes.
with the Marcialyns, and she's played with the Red
Yeah.
Down Trio too.
Amy Starks.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
Amy Starks she's great.
Mm-hmm.
She's got the most sultry
Yeah, I love her voice.
voice.
Mm-hmm.
So
and
sweet.
she's game for anything.
Could she play
we
bass
bring.
with you?
No, she's just singer.
She plays
singer.
guitar. She likes to play guitar, but I think she'd rather just sing.
She's just singer.
She was the reluctant bass player with the Klitz. She never intended to
Really?
be the bass player. Yeah.
Really?
yeah.
Yeah. But
Well,
But I've asked Marcia, I think Marcia just wants to sort of, keep the Klitz stuff on its own plane or whatever, because I've been really, when we first got started, it was real important just to try to revive some of the Maryland stuff, which we did. We got that done. So, I guess maybe the next step might be, to bring in whatever
Well,
she feels comfortable bringing in.
the thing about the Klitz, Gail and Lisa are kind of not really interested, I don't think. I mean, I think they would come out and do something with the documentary, because we hope that to be like a big splashy event. So hopefully they would come out for that. But to do something, gig or day to day, or kind of put it out there, I think I'm the last one standing for.
so if we're going to go out on something, is there no Marcialyns second Porch Fest song that we could play to go out on?
No,
We
I
could
don't
probably
think so.
find something. Don't you think there was like a video of our show at DKDC?
Yeah, but it was just a snippet. So,
What do you mean a snippet?
like 10-second or
Why
20
would there be a
seconds.
10-second? Huh? 20? What, someone turns the camera off?
It was those were,
someone posted in their story on Instagram, and it's like, we could probably find something. I'll look around and see.
I don't know what we're cutting to right now, but it's going to be great, and Marilyn's going to agree to it. Or maybe Marilyn won't agree to it.
And we'll just do it anyway.
Marcia will just slip it to me in the middle of the night, and you won't know about it, Marilyn, until you get the finished podcast.
me and Marcia, we need to actually record some stuff. So,
Can you do that in the next 3 weeks?
yeah, there we go.
We could
Because-
probably come. We could probably come to my house and record a
This
song.
is the first time that the podcast has actually requested new music to finish out.
If we could figure out a couple of songs, we could probably either do it at my house or at Mac's house.
So, okay,
So-
we've got
okay.
our
Got our homework.
marching orders. Yes.
Marcia orders.
Mac would do it for us,
I
wouldn't
think
he?
he would.
Now I hear a lot about this Matt guy. Have I
Yeah.
met him?
He's got
Well,
a recording studio.
He's
right?
got a recording studio in his back house, and he, as so many people do on Harbor Avenue,
Right.
and
Flies on Harbor.
He started out in the Klitz sisters, and he, like I said earlier, and he's in the Rev Down Trio, and he's recorded a lot of people in his back house, from the Klitz
Okay.
sisters to Rev to he's got a band called Work Dog Rag. In fact, they're playing at the Cove this weekend.
Oh, the Cove. That's the other spot.
I like playing at the Cove. We've had some
Yeah.
gigs there.
So give me the address of Harbor where Chilton's parents were living when the Cramps stayed there.
Right, I wrote it down on a piece of paper.
16?
I want to say 1680.
So if any tourists want to be bothered, we're driving by the Chilton.
1640.
So Chilton went from Robin Hood to Montgomery, where Box Tops and Big Star happened, that you
Right.
can see on Super 8 film.
Right, and
to-
great, that almost iconic Big
All
Star
that.
photo of
Yes.
them, on the steps.
on the
yeah.
steps to Harbert,
Mm-hmm.
which you live right down the street from.
Correct.
Which is
It's
where
like
the-
across the street from Matt Gully's house, who we're talking about
okay,
right now.
okay, which is where Ivy and Lux stayed when they were recording songs the Lord taught us, and that's where my screenplay idea comes from.
Yeah.
So, all right, I'm sorry. All that said, that's just really something, you know. That's really something, and for the Cramps not to come back to Memphis for so long,
Yeah.
is also something. I mean, they finally did,
Yeah.
97 or so.
Did they?
They played Omni or the New Daisy.
Oh, did they?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I was in. I was either in Atlanta or Orlando.
You were too busy
I was
leading
in
a
Atlanta.
non-guitar playing lifestyle.
Yeah, I was in Atlanta.
Yeah.
So.
Just put on all that in your background. But I'm
But-
glad you guys are together, and it seems to make so much sense.
It's fun.
Oh, we have a good time.
Yeah.
We do. Marcia and I we enjoy each other's company, and we enjoy playing. And she put up with me initially being like real, anal, like, oh my God, what am I doing? But I've loosened up, and she's really, we've gotten into a groove when we play now, right?
Yeah, I think Ronnie has really helped. Because
He's helped.
There was a lot of space to be filled.
There was space to be
and it was
filled.
hard for just me to do it and just one guitar player.
Well, and I'm glad that, Marilyn, you helped us with Saving the Coliseum for
Yes,
everything
well,
that we've done so far.
I just hope it does not get torn down, but we'll see.
No, I don't. I can't see how that could possibly knock on the
I know,
heavy
knock
acoustic
on wood.
Yeah.
Knock on wood.
The most appropriate thing to do. Thank y'all, and we're going to go out on a Marcialyns song, whether you like it or not.
Okay.
And I don't know what it
record.
is, Dennis. Thank you for being here. Thank y'all. This has been a great interview.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Bye.
Hey, this is our name song, Marcialyn, and I've lived in the South all my life, and how many people do you know have two names, both men and women? We got Ronnie Lynn right here on stage with us. But anyway, this is our little namesake song, Marcialyn.
You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Marianne, Marianne, got big plans for Marianne. Daddy Lou, Daddy Lou, what to do with Daddy Lou? Marcialyn, Marcialyn, you always win with Marcia, Marcialyn. Donna Claire, you better not swear around Donna Claire. Mary Nell, Southern Belle, Mary Nell. Marcialyn, you always win with Marcia, Marcialyn. Belinda Sue, you know who Belinda Sue. Sheila Ray, what did you say to Sheila Ray? Marcialyn, you always win with Marcia, Marcialyn. Virginia Gail, cat in a trail with Virginia Gail. Debbie K, don't be late for Debbie K. Marcialyn, you always win with Marcia, Marcialyn.